Alright, transition into that. Got one viewer. Do they have the link, by the way?
They're a part of the YouTube channel. They get it.
On YouTube?
Yeah, they get it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Probably should put the link in the bio.
In the bio.
Yeah. Let's just see this goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
Transition into that. Hopefully we don't transition back out of it. Yeah.
It's good for it.
It's good for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Sweet. Is the audio capturing?
Sounds like it is.
Alright. How come I can't see it on here?
Oh
yeah.
There you go.
Alright. That looks pretty good. Got quality up to 1080. Alright. 1080. We live, baby. We out here. Three. 2. And we are live. Welcome back to another episode of Two Peas in a Pod. We are your hosts, Omi and Tufi.
How you going? There you go. Oh well, everyone can see us finally.
Everyone can finally see us.
I'm sick and tired.
I'm sick and
I don't know whose voice is for who.
Yeah, you gotta start speaking to the microphone, because we've had a lot of complaints saying people can't hear you.
I've got 2 laptops behind me right now. I'm multitasking. I'm not a female, so I spoke up as a female. So just let me be.
Work yourself out.
Let me work myself out. Welcome to everybody. This is our first YouTube live.
It's exciting. It's nerve-wracking.
Is it exciting?
I don't know, man. We don't have any. We got 3 people watching. So
I think my mum's one of them.
And I'm one.
My mum's one of them.
And I'm watching it right now.
I'm just happy that it makes my life more fun. Anyways, let's get into it.
What's today's topics? What are the listeners?
Well, today, for those of you who don't know, we've had the Sheesh Grill incident becoming a big thing now.
Yeah, so Sheesh and Grill is a restaurant that's located in Montgomery.
Yeah, I guess for the non-northern suburbs. Yes. So it's an establishment. I'm just going to call it an establishment.
They sell chicken kebabs. They do shisha. They do all that.
Yeah, so they're
many.
Man, I hated this guy from the get-go. We've had an incident with this guy before, as has so many other people. So I don't think people are too surprised.
Yeah, he's not exactly like the nicest person to come across. And on top of that, he's been convicted of.
Dude, I don't even know what.
Child pornography.
I know he had child pornography. I also know he.
was a teenager.
He was, I think, as like a 15-year-old.
I think
he was 15-year-old bisexual female, if I remember reading correctly. And then once he just like started messing with people online. I think he was using like Kick. Who still uses Kick?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was using Kick. He was using one other app as well. Anyways, like he would try chatting up these kids, asking them all, the illicit questions. You know what it's like? It's like, when you're younger, you used to talk to a girl and be like, let's play 21 questions.
Yeah.
And it starts off with like, what's your favorite color? And then like 5 questions in, you give up and then you start going dark. But yeah, so he got convicted. I think it happened 8 years ago, the first incident.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Since 2006. I think that's what he said in the article.
Yeah, I think it's been like 2006. So it's been a while. And like this guy, so he did it to one of the workers as well. I know there was an incident with this one of the workers, and then the workers complained. Obviously, they complained. You know who I want to know? Who's the owner of this place? Does anyone actually know who? Does anyone actually know who the owner of this place is? Does anyone actually know? I'm sorry. Anyone actually know who the owner of that establishment is? Because I've never heard of who actually owns it.
I haven't, but I mean, according to the rumors, it's the owner's backing up the manager, so he'll be employed when they come back. I don't know how true that is. If it is, that's a little bit weird. Because now the company as an establishment, you've been associated with something like that. Probably not a good track record for you. What other topics are you're talking about?
So we're gonna get into details. So we've got a poll that we had online on our social media a few days ago about things that make you go ugh. And when I say ugh, I could have maybe worded it better. So things that, you know, how when you start talking to someone, everything's going, you know, disgustingly well. You're like, this is the love of my life. And then they say that one comment. And can you stop checking yourself out in the reflection for a second? Okay, so
we have a camera now.
Amazing. So they make that one comment that just has you going, maybe not. And then if we have time, because we meant to talk about this last episode, the signs of cheating. So if we've got time, we're going to go into it as well. I swear to God.
Dude, I'm listening, but you gotta let me interact.
You're not interacting them, you're just giving them sexy eyes. You're giving them creepy Arab guys. You know, the ones at the shisha store when you like go down and they're sitting in the corner, and then they had like, and they just like stare at you, straight out. Yeah.
Let's tell them why we're really here today. Because I'm excited to finally share this. We have a sponsor. We've actually got a sponsor. And I was waiting for this day. Because me and Omi discussed this. If we do, eventually, somehow manage to get sponsored, we need to make sure we actually abide by what they're selling. Otherwise, you know, that's just we're going to become sellouts, and that's not what we really want to do. As Arab as I am, I want to get to that point.
We're not ready to sell ourselves just yet.
So our sponsor for today, and this episode, is powered by the iLab.
Yes. Look, I can say I've bought my specs from the iLab.
I know, I've ordered mine. I'm wearing contacts at the moment, and they're coming in. So the iLab basically, the iLab will actually cater for everybody that wears glasses, sunglasses, whether it's from designer, Tom Ford, Gucci,
everything that
you need.
They've got an optometrist always on site. And the funny thing is, the owner himself is becoming an optometrist. So like, he's someone who's passionate about eyewear. He's someone who, you know, knows the ins and outs of everything. I can say personally, like, for those of you who know Turkish heads, we've got a odd-shaped head. It's very difficult for us to find glasses. Don't give me that smile. Difficult. It was so difficult. And I can say this is the first pair of glasses where I'm like, you know what, I'm going to wear this for more than a week.
That's amazing. And the prices are pretty good as well. But here's the best part. If you're listening to this and you're streaming right now with us, we're going to be giving. Well, I won't say what we're giving away, but we're doing a giveaway. In collaboration with the iLab. So look forward to that. We'll have an Insta post, all their links, everything will be in the description. So now that we've taken care of that, let's move on to the first topic.
Let's move on to the first topic. Let's do it. So the first topic that we do have, do we want to go back to the sheesh guy?
Alright, let's talk back to the sheesh guy.
See, you know, when I saw it, I wasn't too surprised because we actually had a...
Doesn't that scare you? The fact that you say you're not too surprised that there's a guy that's within your area, within your radius, that's, you know, into little kids. If I was to,
why would you say it like that?
Well, that's what it is.
That's
what it is. You know, it's not like a 40-year-old guy going after like a 25-year-old, which is still creepy. Which is still
terrible echo apparently going on.
Yeah. No, that's muted. So
now you've got an echo going on in the background. I've got like 6 text messages. About this. We've got an echo. We'll figure it out. Anyway,
that's probably the streaming service.
Well, we'll figure it out in a bit, I guess. Yeah, so this whole guy, I remember we had an interaction with him. Going back 6 years now. It was during Ramadan, so like when we were fasting. And as we were we broke our fast. Mind you, at that time breaking our fast was around 5:30 p.m. So it was, you know, so it was early on time. We got there around 11. And we sat down. We were ordering shisha, but we didn't know. As always, we were arguing about what flavor we wanted to get. So as we were arguing about what flavor we wanted to get, the guy that was there, he's like this Pakistani guy, the one who makes the shishas. And I asked him, like, you know, what flavors do you suggest? He's like, to be honest, brother, like, I don't smoke. It's a weird job to have when you don't smoke. Anyway, we started talking to him, having a chat, and then he was telling us that he had been working since 3 p.m. that day. I'm like, oh, you know, like, are you Muslim? He's like, yeah, I'm Muslim. Like, you know, congratulations, you know, hope you broke your fast, and yada yada. He's like, no, not yet. And he's like, what do you mean? Yeah, and it's like, yeah, like we haven't had a chance to break our fast yet. Mind you, it's 11 p.m. Mind you, we meant to break our fast at 5. I'm like, so you haven't had a break in 6 hours. Sit down and eat a piece of fruit. And he's like, nah, bro, like the boss hasn't given us a break. So we called that lanky. Yeah, to us, like, what are you doing? Like, how could you not give this guy a break to break his fast? Oh, you know, we've been extremely busy. We didn't have a chance. I'm like, bro, give him like a day. Throw him a day. Throw him like a kebab roll. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you know, it's just a part of the thing. Like, he understands, he knows. I'm like, no, brother, guys, they're starving. What do you mean? Anyways, that was our first and last interaction with that. I'm not going to say, I know we're alive, so I should be very mindful.
Yeah, wow. So, alright, so he wasn't necessarily a nice guy.
No, he was not necessarily a nice guy.
It's just, you know what, it terrifies me, like, how these things come about, and especially if he has a track record of these things, shouldn't it be announced in public?
Well,
so people will know.
It technically was announced because one of the workers said that he was making advances towards her. And then the boss was like, that's big allegations. And they fired her, if memory serves correctly.
Wow, so
I don't know what relation.
Kind of makes me wonder if the big boss was in on it as well. But hey,
I don't know.
that's just a theory. Alright, we gotta fix this lag issue. I'm gonna let you talk about what the next topic is gonna be.
Let me have fun. Yeah, you have fun with that. I'm gonna have fun. This is my show now. This is my show now. Okay. So today's topic. Let me get centered. Beautiful. So today we're going to take a look at things that make you get So obviously, you know, when you're talking to someone, things are going great. You might have slid in, you might have slid into their DMs, everything's going interesting, everything goes fine. And then everyone might say that one thing that just makes them, like, makes you stop in your tracks. And it's like, wow, like, this person isn't as great as I thought they were. So I can say let me say for me personally, because I actually had this conversation like two nights ago. Last night. Man, for isolation, everything, the days are just like going into each other. So I had this conversation last night, and we were discussing the things that make us go, you know, turn off from another person. For me personally, it would be like someone who's very judgmental. Because I say judgmental along the lines of, you know, when someone has like everyone's entitled to be judge one another based on their actions, whatnot. But sometimes we don't really understand the circumstances of why an individual did something. And I say judgmental because they're just like so easy to judge you on a past action that you might have done, that, you know, you might look at it as a learning experience. I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of. I can say that straight out. And I think that in a life partner, I would want someone that I can actually voice the things that I did in the past that I wasn't too proud of. And I want to be at a level where I can feel comfortable enough to actually voice it with that person. It's perfect now. Yeah, apparently it's perfect now. Amazing. Come back to me. Yeah. Come back to me.
I don't know how I did that. I think it works.
Amazing.
Well, took a stab in the dark.
I just got one message saying it's perfect.
All right, beautiful.
Yes.
Let's get back to it.
All right. Anyways, so what I was saying.
Yeah, stop looking at the people.
This is what your missus must feel like when you're like together.
All the time.
What was that guy, the Indonesian guy who has a...
Yeah,
that's you right now. Alright, so as I was saying before you rudely cut me off, you know, when you're talking to a girl, like, you've done things in the past that you're not proud of. I'm not going to ask you what they are, but I know you've done things in the past that you're not proud of. It's like it's just who we are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Would you, like, for me, it's a massive thing to be able to actually tell that to my partner, because I know for a fact with the modern era of, like, technology, nothing is secret. Like, nothing is going to be secret. You know how sometimes people say they want to keep the past in the past, and they don't feel like they should tell their partner the stuff that's happened in the past?
Yeah.
But that partner's going to find out.
How?
What do you mean by how? Do you know, have you met people like
fair enough.
The internet has everything.
Yeah, you can't really hide anything anymore.
We had that story last week of our friend who like got married, and then when his missus
cloud,
cloud stuff. Like, that's one easy example.
That is an easy example.
Let me give you another easy example of someone that I heard. So one of our, not even our friend, but like, he's an older kid that was that we knew. He used to do some illegal activities to make like money. He needed when he was a student.
Yeah.
So he basically thought that this is like something that I need to do to make some quick cash, and then like when it's done, it's done. I won't worry about it ever again.
Yep.
So this guy did it for a year or two whilst he was studying at uni. He got married, and then his wife's best friend was in a relationship with a guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
when these two men met for the first time, the guy looks at him and is like, "I know you from somewhere."
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the mate's like, "What do you?" Our mate's like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I know you from somewhere," and then he's sort of halfway through dinner. He's like, "Hold, like I bought stuff off you."
Oh wow! And he said it during dinner.
He didn't say during dinner, but he said it to his missus, who said it to the wife.
Of course, that's not good.
Ask me how that relationship is right now. Yeah, no, it's over.
It's over.
And it's over. Because obviously he should have disclosed his See, but the thing is, like, you know when you sometimes meet someone and you know when you disclose a piece of information from your past that like you weren't necessarily proud of, you have it like that feeling that this person is so judgmental that they're gonna like give it to my wife about it, so you don't even say it. You know the type of people that you have around you?
Yeah.
That love being judgmental? This is like, that's the type of partner that will ick me off. Like if I'm talking to someone and I know just by the way she talks about other people, about the way she talks about her friends.
Basically you're saying if they gossip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just about if they gossip.
Like,
gossiping is not the problem. It's about
if
how they respond to information. You know how sometimes if they hear that this guy used to do something, or this girl, and then they're like, oh my god, how disgusting is that? Like that is the most disgusting thing in the world. So it's like, if I was to tell you my problems, what are you going to think about me then?
Yeah. All right.
No?
All right.
Not
I'll give you that one.
Give me one. You give me one.
I'll give you that one. An example of something that makes me go, like, if I'm talking to
were,
someone.
yeah.
As in,
Well, you're never going to be talking to anyone new ever again.
Yeah, but...
But I'm just saying.
But the thing is, am I thinking this? Can we consider friendships as well? Like if I'm socializing with people?
No. This is for like when you're partner level.
All right.
Yes.
We've talked about it previously in past episodes, having no ambition.
Yes.
For me, the biggest, I guess, I want to say something that makes me go ugh is when a girl just hits me with the seeds.
What do you mean by the seeds?
Alright, so she has a problem. Alright, so we're discussing whatever. She goes, hey, like, you know, I've got a lot of uni stuff, or I've got this fine that I got to pay, and then I give her a solution, like, here's what you can do, here's what you can write.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, I know all that, but I just seebs. Like, if you seebs about that to yourself, like, how do I trust you in a relationship?
Because you can't really rely on that person.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you have that inclination sometimes where, you know, there's those people that you meet and you're like, you're great and everything, but would you be here through the tough times?
No.
Yeah, so that's the... I think that's why, like, you want someone who... I remember our teacher was one that used to say this to us a lot. He's like, get married to someone poor.
What?
Get married to someone poor.
Get married to someone poor.
Because when you get married supposedly to a girl who's poor, or like a girl who's worked for her own money, she understands the value of money. But when you get married to like someone who comes from a wealthy family, because like for them, water comes in like money comes in like water.
Okay.
And they just like things out of their hand.
All right. I'll give you that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, give me that one. Yeah, you got another one, but I'm gonna come up.
You got more things in the poll?
Of course, I got more people in the poll. Here we go. This is my second one.
All right. Yes. Yeah. Go on.
A female who's like too pushy.
Too pushy.
Because you know how like some girls are out here and they're like, I know what I want.
Okay.
That's completely fine. That's different. That's assertive.
Okay.
And I think this is where a lot of people make the mistake. There's a difference between being assertive and there's a difference between being pushy. If you're assertive and you say, I know what I want, this is what I'm after, I want something like serious, and I want to like, that's being assertive. Being pushy is pushing the guy along to make a decision straight away. That's the difference between the two. Like assertive is fine. There's nothing more attractive than a woman who knows what she wants.
All right, you gotta give him an example.
Yeah,
of pushy.
A pushy?
Yeah. Has it ever happened to you?
Yeah, bro. Ultimatums.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Give him an example.
So when I was a nice little youngling, and I was talking to a I was talking to a friend, to a female. It was a friend at the time. And then sometimes there's like those people whose characters that you really enjoy, but you never like pursued anything from it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were talking, and then we're like, all right, maybe we can pursue an option here. As we were talking about, like, this is the beginning of our conversation. Like, we just started the whole talking phase.
Yeah.
she's like, yep, I plan on like getting married soon. I'm like, oh, that's great. Like, who's the husband? Am I like gonna invite to the wedding? Yeah. She's like, no. She's like, I just want you to know that if we get into this relationship, I expect within 6 months' time that we are going to, you know, have our parents meet. We're going to make the promise to each other, and we're going to like within a year and a half we need to be married.
In 6 months, and then a year and a half. So 2 years. She's giving you 2 years.
She's giving me 2 years. Brother, I've known people who've been in a relationship for 5 years and they're still nowhere near getting. But no, like
after the conversation, she's like 3, 2, go.
I was out, but like a light. I was out like a light, and I can say we've seen some friends. You won't know this one as well, where they started dating, and she kept talking about my younger brother. She kept talking about the whole. We've got to have our
we got to get engaged, and you're like, bro, you're 19, like get out of here.
Calm down for a little bit. Like it wasn't because they weren't. I can't say that they weren't mentally ready. Like obviously everyone has a different mental age or whatever you want to call it, but like they weren't really. They didn't have a job. If you're getting married before you finish uni and you have a full-time working job, like what is the...
Don't worry, love will pay the bills.
Really? Let's see.
Another one. I got one.
You say one.
I got one from right here. All right? Hey, listen, come closer. All right, if we're talking...
For the love of God.
If we're talking and you hit me with the bro or cuz...
That's one of the things. Don't say that one here.
If you hit me with the bro or the cuz... then bro yourself out.
So they can't say anything like that?
No, man. Like, how would you like it if I was calling girls bros and cuz?
You live in Roxy, so it's expected.
It's just my demographic, alright?
You know what's weird? Why you look taller than I do?
That's how I wanted to see.
I just realized.
Pretty sure it's just a chair.
Okay, amazing.
Wait, there we go.
Amazing.
How's that?
Yeah, no, we look the same height. Okay, yes. No, look, I can agree with the whole bro or cuz thing. You know what? The whole bro or cuz thing, I think it depends on how often it's done and the tone that they do it in. You know, sometimes they'll give you like they'll say cuz, like cuz. That's too much to me. But if they say, hey bro, I can let that slide, I think. But in public, I don't know if I can let it slide in public. Yeah, no, we don't let that slide. Amazing. Okay, well,
I take my. Look, it comes down to preference. All right. I use my.
What if she's really adorable?
She's not. If she's saying bro, let's just imagine this. Yeah, imagine this. All right.
All right, talk to me.
Pokemon's existed. Right. You got yourself a Pikachu. Instead of Pikachu saying Pika Pika, he's going bro.
Yeah, 2 for 4.
That's not gonna be nice in my books. Just basically, in other words, I think for me it's a red flag if you, or not a red flag, but you know, it's just a to me if you don't respect enough to put a bit of charm in there. Okay,
I can understand.
Put some effort into it. Like if I'm putting in effort to talking to you and making the conversation sound sophisticated and trying to be creative and lead it in a nice way. Don't hit me with the bro or the cuz.
Look, I can understand.
What else we got?
Let's moving on. Let's go to what people told us. When the guy randomly makes a sexual remark or joke that makes their intentions clear. I had a discussion with I'm not going to give her name, but I had a discussion with the lady who posted this one.
Okay.
Because I think it really depends on how soon into the conversation the guy makes that remark. You know, sometimes there's like memes that you want to send. And then you're like, it's too risky.
It's too soon.
It's too soon. Yeah. But like, give it a month down the track, you're just like, send. I think that's like, as a lot of guys or younger guys would make this mistake, is they go too hard too soon. Because they want to take it to that next step straight away.
Well, you're on such a limited time. Like if they respond to you, you want to make it quick. You want to let it out
before she has time to realize how disgusting you are as a person. Is that what we're after?
Yeah, that's exactly it. If you can make them laugh and like their eyes are closed majority of the time, I don't have to worry about how ugly you are. Look, that's another one that the poll said.
Okay, we had doing drugs are okay. She has ugly feet. I think this is one of the guys who follows Sydney White Toes.
That just comes down to preference. Like, it's not going to be like
No, I don't think any guy wants a female to have ugly feet.
Yeah.
But like, we don't really care. Some guys just don't care. You know, I don't want something that when I wake up in the morning and I look at it, it's like you know, the one.
Like, like she's about to get the new Jordans, and it's like a size 13.
Yeah.
You better
If
pay
she's
for your
got
own meals.
bigger feet than I do. Oh my god, it's a very financially wise decision to marry someone who's got small feet as well. Have you seen this? The discrepancy between buying a kid size price and buying an adult size price?
Mm-hmm.
It's like $150, man.
I know. I buy kid size shoes.
Yeah, I know you do. I hate you so much for
I
it.
save so much money.
Yeah, I know. I hate you for it. I hate you. That's why I said it. Can't cook. Yeah, what do you think about that one?
This is such a controversial kind of episode because this just comes down to preference.
Well, this is what we're all about.
This is what we're all about, preference. Okay, and this is what people have voted, mind you. This isn't our preference.
Yeah, this is some people's responses.
The responses that we got on the Instagram page.
What do you think about can't cook? Would you care if your missus can't cook?
Yeah, no, not really. I'll tell you why, because like cooking's easy. It's not like it was back in the day, yeah? Cooking now, you jump on like YouTube, you got a tasty video, 3-minute how to make like the best kind of pasta or lasagna. So cooking for me isn't really an issue.
I think the whole thing is like some people want their traditional meals.
I think what it comes down to is people just don't want to feel like when they get into the relationship, they're going to be the ones babysitting them. They want to be taken care of, as in like they come back from work, there's food ready. Yeah. Like, would you care if she knows how to cook or not? But when you come back, there's always food ready. Even though she didn't cook it, like she bought online, she bought whatever she wanted from Uber Eats.
I think I would care a little bit.
Yeah. Wow.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because like, I would want her to know the bare minimums, and I'm happy. I know the bare minimum.
Yeah.
So like that's fine. We can make that work. But if she says I'm gonna burn toast,
yeah, then
that's a problem.
Well, I'm not saying she's just dumb if she's burning toast. Like.
It's very hard to get that setting between 3 to 3.5 minutes, bro.
You know, I didn't realize that the numbers were minutes. I thought that was just the level of how crispy you want the toast to be.
See, this right here is the representation of some people out there, which is why we had that as a big option.
I'm
next
so
one.
Sorry about that.
Anything that signals that she's inclined towards laziness. Abdul, hey, I've got a problem.
That's what I said. When she says seeds.
Yeah, but we had this conversation. You've seen this one already, the Abdullah thing one, where Oliver's where it's like anything that signals. Because Oliver has his own podcast, as you know, the Minx Chronicles.
Yes, check him out.
It's all about
motivated.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, sometimes it makes you feel so bad about yourself because you're like, wow, I'm so not motivated compared to him.
They're the kind of podcast that I know that, for example, Oliver himself will upload every morning saying he went on a 7 a.m. run, one of those ones.
Whilst I'm rolling out of bed.
At like 2 p.m. and I'm like, wait a second.
Hold on a minute.
Wait a second. This isn't adulting, I'm going backwards.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But look, that's all power to him. What can I say? So
if a female isn't, or a female or male, because you know we've got.
We don't want to assume his sexuality. Yeah. Is that?
But if they're if they're not they're lazy, they're inclined to be lazy.
Yeah, I think if they're they're inclined to be lazy, or they're not showing like they're going to, they don't show the ambition or the drive that they want to get anywhere in life.
All right.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Yeah, because he's not saying he wants someone who's like a academic or someone who's like so wealthy, or he just wants someone who is going to be on the grind. Because it encourages you to be on the grind.
100%. Yeah. All right, I can agree with that one.
I like this one.
All right, what else we got?
Quotation marks. My ex used to do that. Yeah, see, I like this one because
this brings back memories.
It's just PTSD.
This
is the
brings
PTSD.
Back memories, all right? And especially when girls be like, what is that? Is that your cologne? You smell like my ex.
Don't even say that.
All right, your ex has good taste then.
Yeah, seriously, like, shout out to your ex, man. What can I say? Nah, but see, that one is a...
yeah, because here's what it comes down to, yeah. When you mention, this reminds me of my ex, or my ex used to do that, first of all, you're comparing it to the past relationship. Now, as a person, I'd feel like, okay, I'm being compared to this other person. What is this, a competition? Like, I'm my own individual.
Not just that, but doesn't it make you feel like that person has feelings for their exes still, if they're like bringing their characteristics up? Because it sounds like they're looking for that characteristic in a new partner.
It could be, or the fact they've just been traumatized by their ex. They just like, that's constantly the fear that's on their mind.
The constant fear. Yeah, no, that's fair. I guess so. It could be a thing. We had one, she grows out her armpit hair because it's empowering.
All right.
Are you going to answer that one?
Listen, that could be the girls from my school, from our school actually.
I remember one disturbing fact was one of the girls used to have more leg hair than I do, and I wish I could just like stomp my feet on the table and show you. Yeah, but All power to them.
All power to you, females. If you don't want to shave, no one's saying anything. You do you. Whatever you think is empowering.
All right, we've got my ex was crazy. Oh wait, you had something to say. I'm so sorry. I'm not looking at you.
You gotta stop doing that.
No, I'm so sorry.
You gotta stop doing that. Go on, anyway. It's not even worth it. Just don't be hairier than me. That's all I ask. That's all it is. Be hairy, just not as hairy as me.
Look, I don't really care about the whole body hair. Like, as in, I don't. You know how sometimes like girls get freaked out that they got like arm hair.
That's baby stuff.
Yeah, like I don't care.
Yeah.
That's as long as you don't have back hair.
I'm just saying, if there's like a snail trail over there or Chewbacca's hiding underneath, then there's gonna be some issues. Because genetically, we're gonna have some hairy kids. That's what I'm thinking about.
All he's seeing is a big bill to the laser source.
Yeah.
You might as well open your own one. All right, we've got my ex was crazy. Look, I've got a good one. Yeah, that's good. What's the? I love this one because this goes back to, I used to see this a lot with my students in high school as well. When they start, they'll come and tell you, because for them, obviously, it's a trophy type of thing. So they'll come in and be like, oh, so, I'm talking to a new girl, yada, yada, yada. So I asked them, so how do you go about doing it? Like, we start playing 21 questions. I'm like, amazing. You got to ask a question, and you got to think, and automatically I knew.
That's the oldest trick in the book. We used to play 21 questions when we were on MSN days.
Wow,
back then.
Yeah. But see, I thought it would have changed by now. I'm like, there must be a new revolutionary way.
It was still, oh my god, 21 questions. And I remember that you start the first 7 questions.
It's gotta be clean.
How many siblings you got? Hey, what's your favorite color? Hey, favorite kind of artist? And then it's
always a battle on who goes dirty quick first.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie, most of the time, if not always,
it's always the
guys. This is one response that just triggered that memory. She said, "What's the most you've done with a guy?" So a guy messaged her saying, "What's the most you've done with a guy?" And I'm not gonna lie, this is the oldest question in the book for 21 questions.
I'm glad to see that the new generation is still using.
I'm not glad to see it, bro. That's a terrible thing. We had nothing better to do. For us, it was a terrible move that never worked. Bro, with a girl who didn't have a brain, maybe.
Yeah, but that's MSN. They were 13, 14. Didn't make sense. In my defense, I was 13, 14.
Yeah, I was going to say, be careful, Adrian.
I'm no sheesh manager.
Be careful, Adrian. I know you're after a new job. All right. When they crack jokes, but then they mansplain the joke.
Oh.
Well, it's not his fault that you don't understand the joke.
Yeah. I didn't quite get that either.
I'm still friends with a few of my exes.
Ooh.
I feel like that was digged at me, man. No. Okay.
You cannot be friends with your exes if you're gonna be talking to someone new.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get back into this topic because that one we already sent a whole segment on. Moving swiftly on. This one I messaged her back as well because I completely this is the one we just can't agree. Disrespecting other women, especially their mum.
Oh, that's just rude.
Yeah, but you've seen some of the kids these days?
Yeah,
The way they talk about their parents?
I know, but...
See, there's nothing, to be honest, personally, I can say there's nothing more of a turn-off than when you hear a girl talking bad about her parents to you, or bad about even her siblings to you.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're having a fight with a sibling, that's fair enough, but I've had them call each other, the B word, the S, they call each other sluts, and yada yada, and it's that's your sister.
Yeah, don't confuse angry with disrespect. Alright, you can still be angry at your parents, not that it's a good thing, but sometimes it does happen, especially, we're in lockdown, everybody's stressed out, whatever it may be. Anger is an emotion, but just don't confuse it with disrespect.
Because think about it this way, if you're bringing that girl or that guy into your family now, what are they going to say about your parents?
Yeah, they've
got the audacity to talk crap about their own parents.
Yeah. It's never a good sign. It's never going to end well. But there was disrespecting women in there as well. A double whammy.
Shame.
We never disrespect women.
Never.
Never. This episode is sponsored by the iLab.
I know.
Just in case.
Just in case you forgot. I love this one. She's Turkish. That's a big ugh. And it's funny because he's dating a Turk at the time, the kid who wrote this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look,
if she's
run.
Turkish, that's
run.
a ugh.
Yeah, run.
Ugh.
Yeah, Tufi, you got some experience, don't you?
No. I still approve of all Turkish females that are out there. Because my missus is Turkish. Well, she's Cypriot. I mean, she kind of gets away with it.
I don't know what to call them. I don't know if hearing that she's when you're talking and I got so many stories of friends of ours that have dated Turks, and like I remember at uni, Phil came up to me and he's like, "Hey, Omar's like, do you know who the Turkish girl is?" And she was from outside of uni.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Like I've known her for a few years." And he's like, "I'm thinking about dating her." I'm like, "Look, Phil, I'm not saying this out of like disrespect to you or out of disrespect to anyone.
Just don't do it.
I'm telling you right now, brother, you do not want to go down this path. It's gonna end very bad." And he's like, "Bro, how could it end bad? She seems like the nicest person in the world." I'm like saying it's not that she's not nice, but it requires a special type of man to be able to deal with a special type of woman.
And that's a man with patience. Patience, stubbornness.
Bro, almost like prophetic patience.
Yeah. It's to the point where you have to kind of like, you have to have this ability where there's a switch off button in your brain and you just gotta switch it off every time you talk to them.
Why do you think every Turkish man smokes? It's
stressful.
It's stressful.
It's stressful.
But like,
why is that, bro? Can we talk about that for a sec? Can we put that on hold a second? Like, why do we assume that certain kind of nationalities come with headaches?
Look, I think
and Turkish seem to be coming. Like, Lebos come up, especially with guys being like very possessive, and then very egocentric.
Yeah.
And very demanding, and Turks just headaches. Why is that?
They all come up with their own. You know why? I think a certain degree of it falls to the Turkish men as well. Because have you heard about how Turkish girls speak about Turkish men?
Yeah.
They're like stalkish. They're overbearing.
Yeah.
They're very, very overbearing.
Do you think it has like something to do with the Turkish TV shows that they watch?
Guaranteed.
Disease, like it's just a fantasy in their head.
Let me tell you why.
And they try to like force it upon you.
I'm gonna explain a girl that used to come to our uni. You might remember her from me explaining. All right, she was a massive fanatic of Turkish TV shows, as is a lot of girls. Like, do you know Turkish TV shows? Like, it's massive everywhere in the Arabian world now.
Yeah.
Anywho, she was big on them. She watches them religiously. And I was talking to her one day when we were at uni studying for our exams. And I told her, like, she was talking to a guy. And this was her, thanks, mum. This was her response, in all honesty. Like, she's like, the guy's great, everything's going well. I'm like, oh, beautiful. Like, hopefully it continues this way. She's like, there is one issue, though. I'm like, okay, what's the issue? She's like, sometimes, when you want, like, a spark in a relationship. I'm like, yeah, a spark, like, maybe he's not doing anything romantic enough, or... She's like, no. There just doesn't feel like there's enough drama in this relationship.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
But, like, when she said this, I had to stop for a second. I'm like, what do you mean? I honestly thought that she meant something that I, like, misunderstood. I'm like, what do you mean by drama? She's like, honestly, everything's been going so vanilla.
Vanilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because going good, vanilla's a decent flavor.
It's a great flavor.
But, like, so things are going okay with this guy. He's not being disrespectful towards you. And you're telling me he's not providing enough drama?
Yeah.
That's your response to me?
Wow.
That told me everything that I need to know. And, like, Turkish TV shows do have a massive impact.
Scares me a little bit, man. It scares me a little bit.
Look, if you come across someone who watches those shows religiously, you should be afraid. Because obviously, like, there's a reason why they love watching those shows.
Yeah.
Like, I told you the main, there was that one show, Fatma Gül'ün Suçu Ne, one we discussed here last time when Adam was here. Like, the main protagonist, the guy, actually raped the girl. And so many females around the world, like, were like, this is the type of man that I want. Well, I can't say around the world, I should say from our circles. Not forgetting the fact that
if that's always a good thing, man. That's always a good thing.
But like the fact that they used him as an example of what they want in a man.
No. I'm just saying, like, the fact that our society is kind of pushing for that.
What do you mean by pushing for it?
Like, that's what they want. They want a little bit of
action,
a little bit of drama.
But why do you think so many relationships break down now? Look at our parents' time. I don't think my parents had this drama.
It's a different.
It's a different
generation. It's a different time. You have to consider the fact that there's social media in play, the internet now. And
let's move on to the next one. When they start sounding like your dad, maybe you should stop behaving like a daughter.
Who's writing this?
When a guy says, I don't like cats, next. What are we?
That's and they ask the what are we?
Yeah, I think that's more of like the whole you talking for a few days and it's straight away like, this was written by a guy. It's like, what are we? So what are we, Tufi? And it's like, you can't push.
Is that a bad thing though?
I believe there's like a time limit. Well, not a time limit, but like a duration for this stuff. Yeah. If you're asking a few days into like just talking, what are we? How is a guy gonna give you a response? Because now I feel
so
pressured.
you're saying so a couple days, no good. Couple of weeks, probably still no good.
I
What about like a couple of months in?
No. I feel like it's gonna take. And so it's politically correct. As a male, you would know when you want to become exclusive with someone, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
You you do. Sometimes you still gotta test out the waters, man.
That's fair enough. I'm just saying along the basis of like if she comes up to me on day 3 and says, "All right, you got to make a decision on what you want this to be." What if I turn around and say, "Okay, I don't want anything," and then like I end up really liking her later on? Or what if I turn around and say, "Okay, let's do something here," and then a month or two down the track, like maybe I'm not feeling it anymore. Then she's gonna turn around to you and be like, "You wasted 2 months of my life saying that we're serious."
Mm-hmm.
How do I know? How am I meant to know?
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
Tough one.
Yeah, let's move on before I get a bit more angry.
I'm glad I'm more single.
She calls you bro. That's your one.
That's a big problem for me, man.
She calls you bro. That. Well, someone else said it as well. Who was? Here we go. Send nudes. Send nudes.
Send nudes.
I don't know what guy actually messaged a girl saying send nudes, but that's a bit of an ick apparently. I don't know why.
100%.
I enjoy pineapple on pizza. I love pineapple on pizza.
That's debatable. I love pineapple on pizza, but I'm saying like what she said is debatable.
Oh, the send nudes one.
Yeah.
Are you still stuck on that?
Not that. The pineapples, bro.
That's the guy who sent that one.
Oh, yeah. I trust Dan Andrews.
I trust Dan Andrews. That's a turn off. Yeah. Come on, guys.
Come on, man.
Anyway.
By the way, just a nice congratulations. Our 5-kilometer radius has now expanded to 25-kilometer radius. Good time to be in Victoria.
Yeah, it's amazing time.
Yeah, barbers are open now.
Try getting a booking.
Can't wait. Everything's looking real nice.
So much fun. All right, let me move on.
Thank you, Dan.
Let me move on.
Yeah.
Don't eat too much because you don't want to get bigger. That's a player girl. I usually get with girls who have slimmer mad bods want to see. What?
All right, we're done with that list for a minute.
Wait. There's actually one that I really liked here.
All right, give me a good one, man. These are all trash.
All my exes are crazy. That was a quote that the guy sent her.
Okay.
So her response is, "Did you choose crazy ones or did you make them go crazy?"
That's a good one.
I like that one.
Okay, that's a good one.
So because how many guys have you heard saying, "Oh, what are your exes crazy?" Did
a lot.
Yeah. Did you make them go crazy? Maybe was it your behavior or your actions that caused this craziness?
I think it just comes down to like when you unsuccessfully go through multiple relationships that you don't want to blame yourself for it. It's just my luck. I just keep falling for the wrong ones, or the universe just keeps providing me the wrong star signs.
That's a thing.
I don't know how I feel, and then you take away you from the equation, which you shouldn't do. Always got to consider for a possibility. Hey, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Just a slight possibility
that you might be doing something wrong.
Yeah, because there's at least a 1% chance.
Because look, I love that response, this question, because it was just like maybe you did push them to do things that they normally wouldn't do, like things that you consider crazy. Because like,
what would you consider crazy? What would something that you would do, or as a guy that a girl would consider you crazy for doing?
If I was a guy and a girl would call me crazy for doing,
yeah,
trying to hack into her socials, I guess.
Sensitive topic.
Oh yes.
I get that. That's crazy. That's definitely crazy. If they try to get like through your social medias and whatnot, that's
crazy.
That's
a
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right.
Yes.
Have
you done that one?
No.
Okay.
Never.
Amazing.
Another one would be, for me, in my opinion, something that I would see as crazy, or if I'm doing, is if I start telling you to do a lot of things, like, hey, don't wear that, don't go out with this person.
Okay.
A girl would see me as crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now I'm trying to take control. And that was like the previous one, when you try to act like her father.
Yeah, I guess so. Like being too over-controlling.
Yeah.
Or too overbearing.
Yeah, especially too early. There's usually a time limit for when you want to drop that.
To drop that crazy?
Yeah. Because here's what girls don't understand, like the way things change as well in between is because it starts off, you guys are getting to know each other, early stage in the relationship, but as the relationship continues and it gets more serious, then now it's jealousy doesn't kick in, but at the same time there are certain boundaries that you guys have to respect about us. Like when you guys wear explicit clothings, for example, we're not telling you not to do it because we don't like it. I mean, we like it. but we're also thinking there's 56 other guys out there that are going to be looking at you in a very naughty way.
5,600 other guys that are going to be looking at you in a naughty way.
And you know what I mean? And it's obviously, who cares? Don't you trust me? Like, I'm not going to go for them. No, we're not concerned about you. All right, we're concerned about the other guys that I have to stare down when I'm walking next to you.
It's a tough ass staring all those guys down, isn't it?
It is, man. It is. And like,
I've actually had a conversation about this exactly thing that you were saying, because apparently this is considered like sexist to a certain degree.
How is this sexist?
This is a conversation for another day, but it's considered sexist because in the end of the day, it's like saying you're still taking away the decision and like the power from the female, even though you might be coming from an avenue of interest or like whatever it is, because you're like, they say like, you're not my father. The only I understand what you're saying.
I know, but I'm trying to explain
Linda, listen, because this is exactly this conversation that I had as well. You had to put that in.
Go on.
This is the exact conversation that I had as well, because I was like, we're not saying it out of we want to oppress what you're wearing. We're just saying that, like, obviously people around are they're gonna start seeing, like, they're gonna see you wearing it, and then they're gonna start, you're afraid as like the partner that they're gonna make a comment that's gonna make you feel uncomfortable, because we're just coming from a place of fear of we don't want anything to happen to her.
Yes.
Yeah, because
that's correct. Yeah,
that's what you're scared of. You're not scared that your partner looks attractive or not. You're scared of what other people are gonna do or possibly say to your partner that can make get her afraid, make her afraid. Especially if you're not there. Like if she goes out clubbing, or if she goes to the beach, for example, and you're not around, like that's an issue. You're so afraid.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's still considered to be like I had the conversation. I didn't really understand it, but I was like, okay, if it is, it is.
The way I see it is, dress however you want to dress. If I'm with you.
Are you ready to stare down half the northern suburbs there?
Yeah, bring them on.
Just make sure I don't go out with you. You know that first night when the clubs reopen?
It's going to be punchline galore.
Because no one's going to want to stay at home. No partner, everyone's going to want to.
Yesterday they announced that by 11:59, hairdressers will be open. The kilometre radius is going to be increased. Today, every single barber I have contacted was booked out for a week.
Yeah.
So now imagine clubs get announced that they're opening again.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Now look, we had, I had that issue as well, because obviously my hairdresser still refuses to open. He's still not opening. He's just actually not opening. He's like, I'm going to find a new place. Okay, until you find that new place, so like, open up.
Yeah, like just give us something, man.
Yeah, no, he don't want to give us nothing, man.
Alright, now, forget about these for a sec. You gotta give me your own ugh.
I already gave you my ugh.
No, give me another one.
And my own ugh. See, this is the problem, because I already came up with two fantastic ugh.
Nah, you gotta give me something that's preference. Not something in general, not something emotional.
Okay, I think too many guy friends is an ugh for me.
Okay, that's fair. I can agree with you.
You can agree with me?
I can agree with that.
So would you, how many guy friends is acceptable for you?
How many? Yeah. Truthfully? Or you want the number that I always say?
Give me both.
Give me both, alright. Truthfully? None.
Amazing.
Okay. The answer I want to give?
Is none, huh?
None.
So, like, do you find it fair? Do you get cut?
Nah. Honestly, you can be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. Yeah.
Okay. But,
the reality of it is how close are you to this friend?
Well, would that determine whether you accept the friendship of this guy once you're in a relationship with the girl? How close
it's different. If you guys were previous friends or whatnot, I kind of have to scope it out. I'd have to meet the guy, see how their interaction is in that group setting.
Yeah.
And then go for it. Like, you can be friends with whoever you want. It's just when you start seeing that person occasionally, and you start going and hanging out more and more and more, then I start to get a bit suspicious. Wait a second.
Hold on a minute.
How do I know that if we have problems, she's not going around to that guy, and that guy's kind of fueling her on?
Because there's always that one guy that like the girls go to for the guy advice.
Yes.
Yeah. So are you afraid that you gotta get that guy on your side?
I'm gonna be that guy on the other side. Do you usually? I usually back up the guys. I 100% always do.
You have to try finding the middle ground, because to be honest, I think the only time that a guy would not back up the guy, or like would not try to explain it properly from a guy's perspective is if he likes that girl himself.
Yep.
I can say that, like, if I actually like the girl myself, and then in my eyes, like, this is an opportunity for them to break up. So let me just say that, nah, you're completely in the right. Like, you've done nothing wrong. Everything that was done was like his fault. That's just me basically saying, hey, I'm interested in you. I would rather you not be with that guy. But to be honest, I still probably wouldn't pursue anything once they're single as well. Everyone loses their thrill, you know, like when you're in a relationship, it's like everyone, there's something about you in a relationship. But when you become single, no one wants to know you anymore.
Yeah. That's true.
I think another F would be if the whole social things, if she was asking for my passwords.
If she was asking for your password?
Yeah, if she was asking for password and whatnot, I think that would be a massive F for me.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a second.
I can agree with that. Let me give you my for all the listeners that's out there. All right? And I got to really think about this because it does come down to preference. All right? And I can't be too controversial on here. I think for me, if we're talking to someone, okay, and just, I feel like the conversation isn't stimulating enough. Okay, like, yeah, sure, we're cracking jokes or whatnot, but I need you to think on a deeper scale. Like, give me something that, hey, if we go out on a date or whatever, like, let's talk about something let's talk about the other people's perspective. Like, hey, we live in a world where everybody, you know, just thinks that they're the center of their own universe. You know, something that's just going to be, instead of it's all about jokes or pop culture, like you watch this TV show, I need to know that you can think, or you kind of have that cognitive ability to think outside the box.
That's fair.
That's for me, that's a big thing.
How about humor in a female?
Non-existent.
I was gonna put you up on it and be like, you said that women can't even be funny. So, but like
sometimes they can be funny. Sometimes they cannot.
Is it?
It's just a different
Is it
sense
because
of humor.
they don't understand? Yeah, it's because they don't understand your humor. Because like, you know, that comes back to the first comment that was made by the girl who shows like if he makes like a sexual joke.
Yeah, like
because sometimes for a female it's inappropriate. Like from a male to a male, that's like standard.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly right. Yeah.
So I think that's where like some of the issues come from. It isn't because he's exactly like disrespectful or anything. It just might be he doesn't really have a filter between males and females sometimes because they're still learning.
I know we've got about 14 streamers. All right. So does anyone?
No, not 14. We've got more, but it comes anyway.
All right, amazing. Anyone? One of you guys? I want one person to comment right now. Something that as soon as you started talking to that person, they said or they did, something happened, and you're like, ugh, straight away. Let's see what they type.
Well, let's see if they type anything though. Let's see. Let me go back to
How about music taste? Would you care? I mean, like, this chick's rocking like Justin Bieber.
Oh, man. You know what I hate? Girls who are like overly into a musician or a band.
Okay.
Like overly into it. Like, all right, like someone.
You like it, yeah, but yeah.
You know, like the full fanboy ones.
Yeah.
That's for me. It's just like, what are you doing? I hate.
Here we go.
Women who like the Kardashians, like keeping up with the Kardashians. If you watch that type of stuff, like, I'm sorry, man. Like, look, if you're watching it because it's like trash value.
It's dumb humor for him.
Yeah, look, you're talking to a guy who's watched X on the Beach. That was the dumbest humor, and I blame the girl who told me to watch it because she's like, it's just like a filler.
But would you consider keeping up with the Kardashians, Geordie Shore?
I consider the ones who watch it and actually say that these are like model citizens. Because they look at these people like model citizens. The arguments that I've had about Kim Kardashian, and now apparently she's like an advocate for people who are like wrongfully being judged, and yeah, it's like that's beside the point. Like, she's a massive advocate. It's like her team what might be a massive advocate as like a PR thing,
but it's not necessarily her.
Well, and how does she become famous?
I see the problem.
Because like, if this is our role models, like, how am I going to expect the next generation of kids to pop out?
Okay. How about this?
Talk to me.
Yeah. Alright, I love this one. What if you're chatting with them, and they start correcting your grammar?
Like the you are and your.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't really have an issue with grammar at them anymore.
I would hope not.
No, like as in it's, you know, before I used to have, when I was younger, I used to have to actively think about there and then, as though there and there, or they are and they are and there and you're sorry, and you are. But now it's like it's yeah, so you know what I mean. Anyway, now it's become like I don't have it. Obviously, now that I'm an older age, I don't have the thing, but I do get turned off. I do get turned off when I see you are for your, like, you know how they respond with your and like you are, like that's
I'm
a
gonna
bit.
show my laptop. It says you are over there.
Amazing. I was gonna say, like I actually do get turned off from that.
No, but I'm talking about like when you mention something and then they respond, did you mean this instead? And it's kind of like a condescending correction of what you said, because sometimes girls say something, or they try to talk about cars, or they try to talk about something that they're not exactly confident in, or they spell a name wrong or whatever. You just let it slide. I get what you're trying to say, so you let it slide anyways.
I think for them,
Then you got the grammar Nazis over there, and it's just like, did you mean this? I mean, do you even watch the show? And you're like, no, I'm just lying to you.
To get in.
Lying to you so you can be
here
impressed.
We go. Yeah, another thing is someone who's like heavily into Friends and who tries to force it upon other people. Yes, how about that? I'm sick and tired of. Here we go.
Bro, you're just
too
uncultured.
controlling. Tell me why I shouldn't do something, but don't make the choice for me. That was a comment. Yeah, don't worry about who commented it.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna let you answer that one.
Someone who's too controlling, telling why I shouldn't do something. I think that comes down to the person's inability to give a subjective view on the topic of conversation at that time. Because look, I can see this happening with like so many arguments happen in couples that we see because they just don't communicate properly, and like other people perceive stuff being said in the wrong way. But I think that comes down to how well the male articulates his response. He's very triggered because his missus that wrote that way.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Nah, I get... Look, here's the thing, yeah? Here's what it comes down to. It's not about being controlling. Okay? It's just that guys know how guys think. Alright? So when we try to explain to you, hey, maybe don't do this in a certain way, okay, we give you logic behind it. Alright?
Yeah, but are you coming down towards very in a condescending manner when you're saying it?
No, definitely not. You gotta explain it for as it is, and then you gotta give them the option, because they're an adult, to do whatever they want. However, if an issue does arise because of what you explained previously, then I can come out and say, well, look, I told you so, it was because of that. But you have to be a little bit understanding. So if a guy goes to you, for example, right? If a guy goes to you, you're a female right now.
Amazing.
Okay.
Thanks.
And I go to you, hey, right? Put my name in your bio. All right, baby. Put my name in your bio.
You don't. First thing I'm gonna ask is, am I in your bio?
Yeah,
Are you gonna put
yeah,
me
of course, of course.
Why don't you just put your name in my name in your bio and just see if I do it without you having to tell me to?
But here's the thing: the reason why I tell you this isn't about me being controlling. It's me telling you that, hey, when a guy doesn't see that name in the bio, they automatically think they're single. You're gonna get more DMs, and it's gonna be.
You should trust me enough to let me handle it.
But I do trust you. I don't.
Clearly, you don't.
I don't trust the guys out there that are gonna keep consistently messaging you.
But you should trust me enough to know that I can deal with this. And don't push me to put your name on my bio. I will put your name on my bio if I ever, well, damn please.
Fair enough, babe.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Sometimes you can get checkmated. It is what it is.
Yeah, look, I've never personally had the whole bio thing going on.
No, man, that's just an example. It goes the same thing if you're wearing, like, revealing clothing, for example. Same concept. You don't care that she's doing it. You just care about the other guys that, say, for example, when you are not around, they're going to keep coming up to her, maybe harassing her, maybe think. Right?
One responded, she belongs to the streets if that's how she sees it.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
But I like how it's a don't at me group, like it's a page of don't at me, because they don't want to tell us who they are. So someone that we know.
Unanimous.
Yeah, but look, it's a tough one. It is a tough one, and Lord help you. That's all I can say. I don't envy envy you at all, and anyone else that's in a relationship because of stuff like this.
Look, yeah, the issue is one person thinks they're controlling. It just comes down to how well you can explain your point of view. But at the end of the day, you can never enforce anything because everything you're saying is just speculation. You don't know the scenario. You don't know how things are going to play out. You're not exactly psychic, so you got to let them do their thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And then if something does happen, they're like, oh, I told you so.
You're waiting for that I told you so, aren't you?
I love it. I wait for those I told you so. Do you know why? Because, like, I don't brag about it. But I keep it as a token, as a jail card. Yeah. In case I stuff up and be like, hey.
How do you stuff up as like a male in a relationship?
As a male?
What's that?
Here's how you stuff up as a male, alright? Males are dumb. Alright? So here's how you stuff up, yeah?
That's rude.
You don't give attention.
Right. How much attention is needed to be given?
A lot.
How much is a lot?
A lot.
That's a lot.
All day, every day,
give
24
me a
hours.
quantitative figure.
Yeah, no, all day. You wake up, you got a message.
Amazing.
Alright? You're eating, you got a message. You know, you're on your work break, message.
You're at work.
You're at work, message. You get home, you gotta see her. Or message. Preferably a phone call.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about FaceTime?
You go to bed, you best believe you better be texting while you're sleeping, brother. Because if you don't text and you fall asleep, she's thinking, wow, he's probably playing Call of Duty, or he's going out with his mates.
Is she wrong?
Sometimes. But other times, they don't know that, you know, you could actually be sleeping. So attention is a big thing. That's how a guy mostly stuffs up. And a lot of guys that are in relationships kind of be like, wow, yeah, no, he's right about that.
So attention is the key. It's the key.
Yeah, another stuff up is guys forget to tell you things, but we don't do it on purpose. Maybe sometimes on purpose, but sometimes we just genuinely just forget situations. And then that's going to bite you later because, I don't know, some scenario may happen and then she turns around and hits you with the, you didn't tell me this.
Oh, about like making plans or something.
Making plans or whatever it is, man. Making plans, or like you saw one of her mates outside and you said hello, and it's like one of those things that you just said, oh, you didn't tell me that you saw her yesterday. Oh, I didn't know that I was supposed to tell you everything.
So does she get, like, would they get cut at that? If they don't, like, if
my missus doesn't, because my missus is very open-minded and reasonable.
That's why I said they and not her.
Previous relationships, yes, absolutely.
I'm thinking of a specific person in your previous relationship.
Another thing, how another guy can stuff up, especially in relationships, is if they have more fun with someone else other than their partner. That's another stuff up. You can never have fun with anyone except for your partner.
You got to define. I don't know what that means, but
it means exactly what it means.
What does that mean?
It means you can never let them see you have fun if it's not with them.
Wait, do you mean like posting stories type of fun, or like an actual?
Okay, let me paint you a picture, and I swear to you, this happens. Okay.
Yep.
You're going out with the boys, right? As you do. Your Insta stories are all about them having fun, your food. All right, that's it. Nice simple dinner. You get home, great. Next time you go out with your date or your partner, whatever it is, I'm telling you, man, she can turn around and she'll be like, hey, how come you never, like, get as excited or upload our adventures on your story and upload? Like, do you not have as much fun with me as you do with the boys? I swear to you, it's a thing. Not with me.
Yeah, not with you, it's with other people.
It is a thing.
Okay, yeah. Look, that's sounds like a you problem, bro.
Yeah, but tell me that doesn't happen.
No, look, it happens. It happens.
It happens, man.
That's sad. I can see that happening a lot.
Yeah.
No, look, I think we can finish it there for today.
We are going to finish it there
because this is just going on a dark spiral.
This is going to keep going.
And I feel like you're going to get in trouble with some of the stuff that you said.
A lot.
So I'm gonna.
If you guys don't see me in the next episode, just know that I'm taking some time off.
Yeah.
As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning into our live stream.
Hopefully next time we'll get a bit more.
On top of that, we apologize for the audio technical difficulties that we had at the beginning. We will fix that in the future. Thank you so much to our sponsor, iLabs, as well.
Yes.
As always, support each other and don't be a bad buzz.